David Okeode, Principal Instructor at Kavis Cloud, 4 times Microsoft MVP, and author of multiple books on cloud security. I would like to speak with you about our courses at Kavis Cloud. First, we are cloud security focused. We maintain an unbiased stance towards vendors, and we cut through all the typical marketing jargon in many trainings out there. We help you to understand things as they really are. The second thing that's unique about our courses is that we are multi-cloud focused. Our multi-cloud security courses covers the top 3 public cloud platforms out there: AWS, Azure, and GCP. Our instructors are not just trainers, they are seasoned professionals with real-world experience. The third reason is that our training modules are designed to provide practical hands-on experience. Our courses are packed full of hands-on labs that you find engaging and interesting. And finally, our prices are the best out there. I encourage you to check out our upcoming courses on our website and also testimonials from our students. See you soon at www.kaviscloud.com.
You have a learning goal, and we have just one job to help you achieve it and deliver at your convenience. Learning right starts with us at Hashem Academy. We are a learning institute in partnership with professional industry bodies like Microsoft, PECB, Pearsonville, and PSI, delivering quality training, ensuring your certification path in respective industries. Hashem Academy has training specialists with extensive consulting experience as well as the expertise to address your specific needs and preferences. Our goal is to deliver training that maximizes return on people and infrastructure investments. We define success as having the right resources to skill you up to help you meet your desired goals. Our job at Hashem Academy is to empower you to be successful at every stage of the learning journey, from training to certification to establishing professional credibility. As a certified learning partner and authorized testing center, our facility has proven to be one of the best in the country as we get to reach the needs of all ages, young, middle-aged, and those in the advancing years, making learning simple and affordable. We care about your skill development, and without breaking the bank, we present you with great opportunities to showcase your competency and expertise in your area of specialty, aiding career advancement or personal goals tracking. Let's help you bridge that learning gap. All you have to do is take the next step to enroll in our courses today with prices that are easy on your wallets. Request access to our training calendar by emailing training@hashem.com, and you can also get the most of your learning investments by checking out our promotional offers here. offers.hashem.com/ms learning. You can call 0704-636-7151 or call 0704-576-9927. You can visit our head office at number 9 Ibikunle Street off Abad Macaulay Way, Yaba, Lagos State.
Hello, welcome everyone to tonight's edition of the Microsoft season of AI agents. So we are glad to have you here, and it promises to be a very wonderful experience. And in this edition of the event, we have a lineup of expert speakers who are going to delve into the topic of AI and how it boosts productivity at our workplace and our everyday lives. We are living in an exciting time where artificial intelligence is no longer just a buzzword. It is now becoming a practical tool that is changing the way we work, the way we communicate and innovate. From smart assistants in our phones to intelligent systems in our workplaces to smart assistants as well in our homes. AI is now making our lives easier professionally, personally, and in any way possible. And it is making our tasks more efficient. This is especially true within the Microsoft 365 ecosystem, where AI-powered agents and tools are being used to automate processes, to analyze data, and boost productivity across organizations of all sizes. The new rave is now about agentic AIs, which are intelligent systems that act on our behalf, that work on our behalf, and are at the forefront of modern workflow transformation. So the season of AI agents is this special gathering of intellectuals, of experts, of technological innovators that is designed to explore these advancements in the modern times. It brings together experts and enthusiasts from different areas of technology, cloud, data, security, and productivity platforms in order to share insights, to share real world experiences, to share practical demonstrations, and so on and so forth. So, whether you're a seasoned professional or you're just curious about how AI can fit into your daily work, into your professional work, this event will provide valuable knowledge, valuable insights, inspirations, and community connections. So we're glad to have you here, and it promises to be a great experience. Thank you. And I'm going to go around now to talk a bit more about the event. So this is a live event, and we believe we have shared the live join link that everyone is supposed to can is able to access for to be a part of this of the event. Also, the video, the recording will be made available on the YouTube channel, and as well, I might be sharing resources that pertain to the topics of discussion. So thank you very much once again. I'm happy that you are able to join us in this event tonight. So let's move forward. This is the Microsoft Community Pilot Season of AI that is being organized by the MCTNAIJA Tech User Group. And we are glad to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us, for all attendees. And let me make it a note that this is a sponsored event. Most of the time, we are talking about Microsoft products, especially when it has to do with Azure AI, Microsoft Copilot 365 Copilot, Copilot Studio, Azure AI Foundry, and the rest, and all other tools that AI supports in the Microsoft ecosystem. Thank you very much. And we also want to say thank you to our sponsors who are making this, who have been supporting us in making this event to be possible. Thank you very much for joining us as well. So at the end of this event, we're going to share the attendee survey link for every attendee to fill in the form in order to give us feedback concerning their experience on the joint link. So we cannot continue without me introducing a very special personality here in the house, and that is me. Anyway, if you don't blow your trumpet, nobody's going to blow it for you. So I'm going to blow my trumpet right now. So let everybody listen. So my name is Aisha Oshileye. I am a mom, I am a wife, and I'm here to be the moderator. I'm the moderator for this evening's event. So I am a Microsoft 365 administrator, technical support engineer, and I have a passion for leveraging technology, anything that has to do with technology and how we can make it work in order to make our lives easier is what I am always passionate about. So I like to improve efficiency and productivity. So I am interested in managing cloud infrastructure and AI. So that is the buzzword now. Everybody should, everybody is interested about AI. So that is where my interest is now, and I use infrastructure, cloud infrastructure, and AI to drive to create innovative cloud solutions. I have a strong background in Microsoft 365 administration, and I ensure that organizations get the most out of their digital tools. So also, let me add that I'm the M365 team lead for Covenant Technology. So, a round of applause for the moderator. Thank you. You're welcome. So now I'm going to move ahead to introduce our host. So, and that is no other person than Mr. Oluwawumiju. So I've always wondered how that name came about. So, but I think I know how the Oluwawumiju came about. It's not actually a conventional name. It's a very different, special and customized. It's custom name anyway. So Mr. Oluwasheyi is an independent consultant who is helping companies in their digital transformation journey. So, given the evolving market for IT in Africa, he has deemed it highly necessary in order to hone his traditional product knowledge expertise to meet current trends. So, let's just say that he has been involved in championing the campaign for SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, M365, Yammer. I don't know if Yammer still exists. I think Yammer has been phased out. And then Microsoft Azure. Let's just say he's an all-round cloud expert. So he's also into AI and cloud technologies, strictly from a value point of view in medium and large scale organizations. So his business interests are spans across Western and Eastern and Central Africa. So he has a very wide wealth experience. So I think is demand for the job actually. And he responds to prospects from the Nigerian marketplace as well. So don't say because he has this wild experience that spans across a wide area doesn't mean that it does not attend to the technological needs or business needs of the Nigerian market. So this is Mr. Shei. He's a community leader in the Nigerian user groups, and then he's an MCT, a Microsoft certified trainer, an MVP is a Microsoft most valuable professional. So he's a very important. This is an expert with years of experience spanning a very long time. So he's also a regional lead as well. So let's welcome Mr. Oluwase. He's the host and he's also a speaker on this evening's event as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Shea, for hosting this event and for also being a speaker as an expert. Thank you very much. So I'm now going to go ahead to introduce our speakers. Our speakers are we have speakers who have vast areas of expertise in different areas, in different tracks in the technological innovation industry. So I will go first by introducing Stephen. So Mr. Stephen Adipe is the data and AI lead for Covenant Technologies. Is an infrastructure engineer with 12 years experience in information technology. So Stephen Adipe specializes in data, AI, and cloud technologies. So as the data and AI lead of Covenant Technologies, it drives AI-powered solutions and data strategies to boost decision making and innovation. So previously, he had worked with Smart Home Technologies in Dubai, excuse me, and he worked on IoT systems, on network deployment, and software support, ensuring smart and efficient tech solutions. He's a computer science graduate from the prestigious Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka, that's in Anambra State. He's very passionate about using AI and cloud technologies to solve real world problems. So let's give it up for Mr. Steven. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I will now go ahead to introduce Tosin Ojo, who is an analytics engineer. He's a seasoned data professional with a proven track record. I think he's with us in the studio already. So I especially welcome you here. Thank you very much for coming to share in your wealth of experience and knowledge with our audience. So he has a growing focus on data engineering and data governance. With over 6 years of experience translating complex data into actionable insights, he currently leads initiatives around data-driven decision making, ETL, and reporting using tools like Power BI, like Python, and Azure. Is passionate about helping organizations build scalable, secure, efficient data systems, and regularly shares insights on the intersection of analytics, engineering, and digital transformation. So, as a speaker, he brings practical experience, strategic thinking, and a commitment to demystifying data for professionals and teams across industries. So, talk about using data to visualize, using Power BI and other data analytics tools to visualize data in order to drive decision making in the right direction. This is our guide. So the importance of data cannot be overemphasized, especially with how it relates to artificial intelligence. We know AI, data is the bedrock of AI these days. So this is our guy. We move on to introducing Mr. Olajide Olawale, who is a certified multi-cloud expert. So, and is a subject matter expert as well when it comes to cloud as well. So, he's an evangelist of digital and AI transformation through the adoption of cloud and modern work tools embedded with AI. So his focus is in helping organizations to optimize cloud consumption while ensuring their digital estate is properly secured. That's a wonderful one. He works with Reliance Infosystems as the group vice president uh, in cloud transformation, modern work, and platform security. He's passionate about helping people discover their purpose and attain potentials. Thank you very much. We are very happy and excited to have you here and to learn from you, Mr. Olajide Olawale. Thank you for joining us. We move on to the next speaker. It's a full house this evening, actually, so it promises to be power packed. We also have Olatubo Swotsunla, who's a data enthusiast. He's highly motivated and passionate data enthusiast. He's a career counselor and a school instructor dedicated to harnessing the power of technology to uncover new insights and drive positive change. Thank you very much, Olatubosun, for being a part of this wonderful event. We are glad to have you here. We also have our Power Platform developer here. He's a very, very young man, Panshak Koproda. He's a former Gold Microsoft student partner. He's an associate Microsoft Power Platform developer and a public speaker with speaking engagements that spans across 3 continents on topics ranging from business development, incubation, and artificial intelligence. That's a very formidable profile. There is an alumnus of the Department of Computer Science, University of Jos. He works with Covenant Technologies and serves as the mentorship and career development executive with the Just Microsoft community. Thank you very much, Panshak. We are glad to have you here. It promises to be a very exciting experience. So now we're going to move on to the first speaker presentation, which is going to be taken by Tosin Ojo, our analytics engineer. His topic tonight is about the data behind AI, why quality, volume, and variety matter. So thank you very much, Mr. Tosin Ojo. Join me in welcoming him as he takes the mic to go into his presentation tonight. Welcome, Mr. Tosin.
Thank you so much. I'm about to present my slide now. So please let me know when you can see my slide. Please let me know when you can see my slide. Can I go on now?
Okay, we're not seeing it yet.
think I need to share again. Mm. So please let me know when you can see my slide. I think it's
Yes,
on.
your screen is visible now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here. I'm very glad to be here today at the season of AI hosted by Microsoft Tech Community users. My session, I'll be focusing on something that many of us, and I mean, it seems simple, but it's absolutely critical to every AI systems that we use today, and that's data. And that's what I'll be trying to relate how data is to AI, why quality, volume, and variety matter. Right. So I will be starting with this. Starting with data. Data is the new fuel. Data is so. The last time we used to say data is the new oil. Are you drilling it? Are you drilling it correctly? And for AI, data is not just the oil. It's this. I mean, it's not just anything. It's in fact, it is even the engine. It is the driving force behind everything we see around artificial intelligence today, and the performance of any artificial intelligence model is dependent on the quality and the volume of the data set it has. So that's what we'll be trying to explore today and see how it's actually the behind the scene of how this thing actually happens. And I'll be taking us a bit into explaining some theories around um, data science, some few data science theories. We learned few things about around machine learning. So we just learn few things, and just for us to understand how AI, if in fact, comes into play. AI is not a new word. It was first mentioned in 1958, so that's about more than 50 years ago, in Dartmouth College by John McCarthy, and he mentioned that in an first ever artificial intelligence conference, and over time it has come it has evolved, and it has we have in fact right now we are in a data centric world where everything we do, everything about us, from businesses to individual to organizations, everything we do is 100% reliance on data. So ai AI is not, I mean, AI is only as good as the data it's trained on. So that's not just a quote anyway. It's reality. AI doesn't learn from thin here. It learns from data. So, and it learns from the volume of data. So the amount of data you give it to it depends. It's just more like garbage in, garbage out. Whether you are using Microsoft Copilot to summarize the documents, or you are using ChatGPT to write an email, or you are using GitHub Copilot to write your code. All of that is possible because someone somewhere um, trained millions or billions um, of trained millions and millions of a particular model on large volumes of data. That's why we need to understand how data works essentially. Now, I'll be explaining a bit. So, just for us to understand that, I'll be explaining a bit of natural language processing. That is NLP. And NLP is can take it as a way of whereby machine, or let me put it this way, um, is like you teaching machine how to react, how to understand in human, how to understand something or react in human language. NLP is part of artificial intelligence that deals with understanding and generating human language. It powers chatbots, your email filters, your voice assistants, document summarization, and tools like even Microsoft Copilot. So like I said, think of NLP as giving AI the ability to read, to write, ability to speak like human. It doesn't come naturally anyways. It's based on model. And when we say model, models are can be models are codes or written, and it is embedded or it is dependent on data sets. So you give your machine, which is your computer, you give it ability to train itself or to learn from a particular pattern. And when it learns that particular pattern, it tends to predict the next pattern. And that's what I'll try to explain a bit to to good extent. So think about model as so what happens in artificial intelligence is that the model learns the pattern, just like you are teaching. If a child needs to learn a new language, it has to see it over and over again or hear it over and over again, and they start picking it small, 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 small. And I mean, for all of us as human, when we started growing up, we started picking some words, and over time, we tend to start speaking as if we came with it. No, we pick every language, natural language you even speak here, we pick it on earth and we learn it over time, and that's how machine also learn. Have to give. We also pick so many things from experiences, from pattern, from something you have not experienced before, something you have not seen before. It is somewhat difficult for you to even understand it first time seeing it, right? So that's the same way computer also work. So I'll now explain training AI models. So how do we teach AI to understand us? Now, what we do is that we give it training data. And when we say we give it training data, we try as much as possible to get a massive collection of data sets. So we get massive collection of data from either email, code snippets, Wikipedia pages, conversations, news articles. So talk about it. So they try to get volume in terabytes in large volume of data, and we give it to a model we've written for it to learn over again and again. And this is how language models are built. The most powerful ones that we have today is a technique called transformer, and that is the model on which GPT is built on. GPT, Copilot, they are basically built around transformer, which allow them to learn from sequence of words and context. And this is how we got to, so because of the volume, that's what led us to large language models. Okay. And I will explain a bit about around large language models and small language models. Large language model, um, large language model, we have it in GPT and Copilot. They are trained on billions of parameters and can perform a wide range of language tasks. So because they are trained on billions of parameters and they have broad capacity, so the concept of large comes from the volume, anyways, and the capacity for them to do so many things. And because they are large, they can be used anywhere. And most large language model, they are open source. So open source in the sense that people contribute, right? It is people contribute to the model, people contribute to the code, and just to improve it and to improve the data sets. And the other one is small language process. And from the word small, you know that it is small, and it is being used generally in a private settings where you don't want to where privacy is something that you hold in high esteem. So in that wise, you use small chunk of your data set that you can get to train your model. And that way, small language model in generally, they don't have the capacity that LLM has, which is large language model has, because of the volume of data. So both requires data anyways, but large language models especially demand a huge volume and variety of high quality information uh, before making useful decisions. And so that will now lead me to a bit further I'm still trying to build some concepts around machine learning, just to explore what data, some bits around data science, because there's no way you want to talk about relate data and AI that will not delve into understanding a bit about machine learning, or understanding a bit about natural language processing or data science, a bit. So we still need all these ones. Now, we say machine learns, right? And how do they actually learn? So they learn in two ways. We have supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Supervised learning, this is where we give models we give model labeled data. And like the what we have on this screen, these are I have like four waste bins here, four bins, which are labeled. So anybody can come here and okay, this is what this one, this is what this one is. So in actual sense of things, supervised learning, they are labeled data, and when they are labeled, uh, and when we want, that's how we train. Then we now want to, when you want to test them, we train them. We now bring in an unlabeled data, but your model will have learnt a lot from the labeling and understand the pattern and understand the logic behind it. So the machine learns by comparing input to correct output. So think of it like solving past questions with answer. Another example is to train an AI model to recognize customer complaints. You you tag hundreds of emails as either spam, inquiry, complaints. So, and that is by the idea of even tagging it or labeling is what we call data annotation. Data annotation is labeling data and explaining data, what it means, so that human and automated tools can be used to label this data, and that helps. Or when we are using our model, we are training on our model with other data. Our model will be able to understand the pattern and be able to predict correctly. So the other one is unsupervised learning. This is where model gets raw data, unlabeled data, and finds pattern itself. It might group users by behavior, identity, topics, reviews, basically, without being told what it is, right? So give the model maybe 1,000 customer reviews. It might cluster them into topics like delivery issues. You might cluster them into what like product quality or pricing. Basically, try you just cluster those data by itself. So because it is voluminous, it will reach through the volume and try to partition them and put them into cluster. And this kind of training relies heavily on data variety, so and volume at the same time. The more diverse the inputs, the better the pattern recognition. Um, yeah. Now, to the crux of the matter, why quality, volume, and variety are critical. We understand that the more data we have, the better learning for our model, right? And variety, the more different formats or different data types that we have, from style to context, the more better our model learn and the more better our AI model work. And AI also depends on clean, accurate, unbiased data. Like I said, it is garbage in, garbage out. So if an AI model is trained based on fake data or biased data, believe me, it will throw it out. It is not AI is not a magician. AI does not it does not yeah, it's not a magician, it's not a magician. So what it does is garbage in, garbage out. It is what we give to it that it churns out. And it's just that it looks at billions of data sets and filters things out and pick the one that seems to be most accurate. And that's why sometimes when you are trying to run, if maybe if you are using GitHub and use GitHub Copilot to write code, maybe in assisting your code, and at a point you might get stuck with if you are trying to write. I think I've gotten to that point before. Trying to write, trying to try to pass an argument. I mean, just trying to maybe in a function or trying to do something basically. And sometimes it will take time before before it gives you an answer. And it's not because it's not smart, it's because it's looking at other volumes of data, so other code snippet that you can see. It's checking so many websites to scrape and checking it so fast and bringing you back a result. Now, in real life, we use Microsoft Copilot. And Microsoft Copilot is built on powerful LLM. It was trained on huge volume of data, text, code, documents, and that's why we need to appreciate the work behind Microsoft Copilot and the AI models that we all enjoy today. It was trained on huge volume of data, and it was fine-tuned using supervised learning and annotated examples. It benefits from varied data from formal reports to user manuals, and it's constantly being improved. That's the thing with user feedback and another layer of data. So every day, every time, every minute, it's being built upon. And that's why most LLM or most AI models are open source. It is only possible because of high quality, high volume, and high variety of training data. Now, the key takeaway about this, everything we're trying to talk about, relating why data and AI, why quality, volume, variety matters, is because this smart data is dependent, or smart data equals to smart AI. So if you have smart data, you have smart AI. Model quality depends on training data. Clean, diverse, large database are essential. And Copilot is a perfect case study of the three V's in action. So, um, talking about volume, talking about quality, talking about variety, talking about veracity, it's the system we have. It shows everything. And if any AI model needs to be built, then we need to build strong data set. And that is why I strongly believe that smart data doesn't start with algorithm. It starts with smart data. Whether you are building AI model, working with it, or just using it, the better data behind the scene, the better the results you get. The future of AI depends not just on how powerful our models are, it depends highly on how well we collect, annotate, feed them the data we need to succeed. And on this note, I will be drawing the curtain and I will be stopping here for now. And I will be taking questions if there's any. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Tosin Ojo. That's a very short, concise, and value-packed presentation you gave to us. In fact, I've been writing notes here. I already have almost a jotter full of notes that I just took. So thank you very much, and you have made us to understand the importance of data. When you're talking about the quality, the volume, and how it can impact the deployment of AI solutions. Thank
Yeah.
you very much for that presentation. We
Thank
would
you so much.
like to thank you for coming. We would like to have I think Panshak is here. Panshak is in the studio. So please, Panshak, if you're available, can you come on board? If you're available, please. Panshak in the studio. Hello, Panshak. And I'm not sure if Panshak is here, but I don't know if Steven is around. If Steven is around, Steven can come next. Steven can come next now. Okay, my slides are not coming up. I don't know why. Okay, Panshak, I think I saw Panshak here earlier. So in the event that we don't have Panshak or Steven around, yes, okay, this is my slide. I just found my slide. In the event that we don't have Panshak or Steven here, we can have the next person come up, which is our host, Mr. Oluwase Oluwawumeju, and he will be
Hello, can you
co-presenting
hear
this
me?
topic. Oh yeah, thank God you're here, Panshak. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I can hear you. If you're
All
available,
right.
I don't know if you want to put on your video.
Yeah, sorry, I'm supposed to put up my video, but having issues with power. So
Okay, okay, that's fine. As long as you can
yeah.
share your screen during the presentation. So thank
All
you very
right.
much. And we have attendees who are dropping questions. Just drop your questions in the chat, and then we'll attend to them later on during the Q&A session. Thank you very much. Let's welcome Panshak Koproda, our platform, power platform developer, who will be talking about creating enterprise applications with Copilot agents. Welcome, Panshak. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, everybody, and good evening. I hope to put up my video in a couple of minutes, but it's no surprise the issues we're having with power and everything. But hey, hello and good day once again. We're talking about the season of AI agents, right? So basically the idea of everything we've been talking about is how to use AI as an intermediary to augment for the work that we want to do. One of the things I usually like to bring up when we talk about artificial intelligence, especially when it relates to work, because of the scare that we usually have around whether or not artificial intelligence. I put it this way, and I usually tell people that artificial intelligence is meant to augment your work and not to replace you. If you look at it this way, I would like to quote something that someone said and I love so much. He said, the better you get at
Panshak, are you there? I think we can't get any audio from your end. I hope everything is fine. Hello, Panshak. He's probably having power or connectivity issues because he already complained about that earlier on. So I don't know if he's still around, Panshak. Uh, shall we just move on now? If Steven is around, I'm not sure if he's around or if he's ready, we can have him next. Or otherwise, we can move on to Mr. Oluwa Shey Oluwawumeju, who will be talking about Azure AI innovation that's creating a reactive inventory agent using Azure AI Foundry. So if Panshak is not here, we can have Steven, please. If Steven is ready, we can have it. Otherwise,
All right.
hello.
Yeah.
Okay, Steven is here. Great. Um, Steven is here, and he will be talking about Microsoft Copilot Studio. He's a data and AI enthusiast and infrastructure engineer. When I introduced him the other time, he'll be talking about enhancing modern workflows with Microsoft 365 and agentic AI. So thank you very much, Mr. Steven. You can have the floor now so that we don't take too much of our time.
All right. All right, Aisha. Thank you very much. Okay. Uh, Elisha, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen now. And I believe every other person can see it as well.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Enhancing modern workflow using M365 Copilot Studio and Agentic AI. Today, we are going to be talking on this critical topic that has been um, a major discussion within the organization in the recent times. But before
Stephen, we can't hear from you. I don't know if you're there. I don't know if you're there, but we can't hear anything. Your screen is frozen. Your video is frozen as well. Um, I don't know what's going on. It's probably having network connectivity issues as well. Hello, Stephen. Oh, okay. Okay. While we wait for them to sort out the issues, we can have Mr. Shea if you're available, sir. Welcome very much. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Technical issues are causing us are giving us some setback. Okay. It's like I'm seeing Panshak here, and Steven is still around, but I don't know. It's a whole lot. I hope these issues will not. Okay. We can move on to the question. Somebody asked a question the other time. Somebody asked the question, and that's Josiah asking a question saying, what is the difference between a smart data and algorithm? So he wants you to say something about smart data and algorithm. So while we're waiting for our speakers, let's just use that time, pass that time around, use answering this question to pass the time. Last question is coming from Josiah. Says, what is the difference between a smart data and algorithm? So Tosin is around. I think if he can answer that question since he just finished speaking now. Tosin, if you're around, please unmute your mic. Hello, Tosin.
Can you hear me?
Okay, please unmute your mic. Yeah, now we can hear you. Yeah, thank you.
Great. So I think I like the question. So the question is, what is the difference between a smart data and algorithm? I want him to say something about smart data. Okay, interesting. I think smart data is basically is not a special word, anyways. It's simply a refined set of information that is ready to be used. You know that understand algorithm on its own, algorithm from our computer science definition is a
Aisha,
pattern, is
can
a
you hear
set of.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Oh, sorry. Please carry on. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Please carry
Panchak,
on.
you're
So
Yeah.
back. Yeah, please hold
okay, let
on.
me. I
Just
just
a
want to
few
explain
minutes.
this in a way. I just want to give this person. Basically, algorithm from our computer science understanding is an set of instruction that is being given to a computer to follow a particular to take an action. Basically, that's just it. So it's quite different. An algorithm and smart data is quite different. So algorithm is a set of instruction. Smart data is refined data or refined information that is ready to be used. As simple as that. I don't think anything special. So think of it like smart data is like fuel and algorithm is the engine that patterns it, the way it flows. So
All right.
basically, if
Thank
they
you
are
for
not,
answering that question.
they should not be confused with each other. They are different. Yeah.
Thank you very much for answering that question. I believe he has a proper understanding of both topics, of both concepts right now. So, Pansha, can we have you, please, if you're around now? I hope he got the internet or power issue sorted out already. Panchak,
Yes,
um,
Aisha, I'm here.
okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
All
Welcome
right.
back.
So sorry for the little mishap. So going for
Oh, okay. Um, it's kind of, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. I hope this is actually really sorted out on time, because I believe a lot of us are looking forward to having Panchak speak here. In the absence of I don't know if Steven is ready. Steven is here, or Mr. Sheyu is in the studio. Can go on while they get to sort out their internet issues. Please, Mr. Sheyu, let's have you on board. Probably while we are waiting for Panshak and Steven, for them to sort out their issues, so that you can carry on. We don't take too much of our time. Our time is far being spent right now. Mr. Sheyi, please.
Um, if can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone, and uh, we have been having up and down with the network, which was typical of situation around there. However, you're welcome to the season of AI. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Um, that we can just go on with my topic while we wait for others to get themselves sorted out. I'll share my screen and you see it shortly. So that is my screen, and we're talking about creating a reactive inventory agent using Azure AI Foundry. Um, Before then, we need to look at AI agent. Who are the people that has caused this AI generally, if you know the history, AI generally started way back from a turning experiment that happened in 1950. And afterward, there had been a lot of changes that have occurred in the circle of AI, coming to what happened about 5 years ago when there was an handshake between an open AI source solution provider called GPT and Microsoft, and that also elevated the generative AI, which we know Tosin has explained earlier about how you can use data, why we need volume, because the aspiration of people to be able to create an AI solution by creating model around and testing those model with large data. And that is the LLM that Tosin was talking earlier. So there are different, one of them, I call them agentic gurus that started way back. And these are people that have started some 5, 10 years ago. One of them is Damesha. Is a co-founder of Hotspots and the founder of a platform. For him, he needs a solution that is built on an automated system that can create custom agents that can help to talk to over thousands of people and provide them what we call a professional network. Another founder that I, after my research, that started this agentic um, furia that we are in today is Jasper Camichel Jack. He's also a founder of an artisan sales outlet that created a sales agent that was able to raise for a fundraiser about $25 million. And that was an automated sales tax that was created. The other person I didn't get his picture is Manning Mending. Um, he created a startup that can help agents get paid, probably paid, he paid over um, 10 million pounds in a preceding funding that is designed to help a genetic startup.
Hello, sir. Um, I think there's a network connectivity problem with connection as well. Oh my, this is this is not really going very fine. It's not really um very fine. It's not allowing us to have a very enjoyable experience on this event tonight.
Sorry, sorry,
Okay,
generally,
join.
I think we are having a great time tonight about internet. So, having
Yes,
that,
so
because of
please.
my time, my agenda is very focused and streamlined into three major because of time. I'll be running through this. The major thing I want to do more is on the case study and the demo. One, looking at Azure Foundry, what is agentic, from what we have talked about history, and we look at the case study. Now, simplifying the way we operate, especially in development of application, ability to remove anxiety in building of our solution, and creating automated system that can make repetitive solution to be created over time is generally what Azure Foundry is all about. Microsoft created a way by which you can have one stop that can help to prevent and develop all solutions in one box. Now, what is agentic? Agentic generally is where we now streamline this activity of the solution to act on its own, to have what we call an evolution, the ability to be able to revolve around a particular data and start acting like human, creating himself and recreating himself, and ensuring that what he's making is matter, more reactive, and can help human. So having that, there's a lot of agentic AI that we see around, just as I mentioned with the founder, for sales, for time management in IT, for customer response in health, and for tracking record in public health. So there are several benefits we can get from that. One of them is we saw increasing efficiency as one of the CADA advantage of the use of agentic to enhancing decision making in silo, bringing all siloed into one box and ensuring that they can spread through it, and also reducing manual intervention. And that is what we need. So let's quickly go to the case study and quickly do the demo. Now, the case study we are looking at is an inventory app that a particular company um, require. Now they have a lot. They sell hardware across Nigeria. Is divided into six major geo zone, And they have stores across all the Jonestown, especially in Lagos, Abuja, Ibadan, and some other city which are prominent, and they have different of their stores there, and they need an application that can help them to know what they have, to be able to commensurate with what their stock is, and when the demand is coming, they can easily restock and unstock. Because of our time, we're going to just to take some few of these they streamline the demo to some of this and make sure this is done. So I'll quickly look at the demo. I'll go.
I hope we have not lost you there, sir. I hope are you still there? Oh my. Okay. We might just have to bear with him and
I
the
get.
other
Oh,
speakers.
jeez. I go to my home. Now,
Okay.
from my home, I navigate around my Azure services. And before you can use Azure services, you must make sure you have your subscription. That is just the magic word. Without that magic one, you might not be able to have access. Your subscription is tied to an account, and that account must be provisioned with certain amount of USD that can help you to have those resources. And we know that for you to use services on AI, you must be leveraged on OpenAI services or AI services, and you need subscription to be able to use that resource and create it. For me, to this evening, I have my resource. You can see I'm already I just have my subscription ready, and I need to now go to the first point of call is to go to the one stop I mentioned. And that one stop is where we have all our AI services. I can create it, whether I'm creating it to my code, my code repo, or I'm creating it through the GI interface. I need to have a one stop. And that is going to what we call Azure AI Foundry. I'll click on Azure AI Foundry. Now, when you get to Azure AI Foundry, you notice that in creation of AI Foundry, you must now, before we get there, there's a lot of services that run AI. And if I go back to my home to be able to be explicit, there are a lot of them. From if I go to all my services and looking at the category, you see some application like OpenAI and the likes, and AI services. Now, under AI machine learning, there's a lot of services that are there: AI search, machine learning. These are services that have been on Azure for a while, but we are talking of a one stop that can give us all this in one go. And that's why I went to the Azure AI Foundry. So I'll go back there now. And once you get to the foundry, the first thing is to create a particular project. And project is ability for you to collaborate with other services, with other, because I'm collaborating with Tubosun, which is going to be working on the fabric. Why I try to create an environment that can bring that collaboration and that connection. To do that, either I create it as a project.
Okay, we're going to have to be a little bit patient with him to reconnect. I think connection is actually a general phenomenon around or in this part of the world that we are in. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Um, okay, great. I hope you'll be able to join us soon enough to continue with the demo. Great. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was kicked out
That's
again. So I mentioned before I left that for you to be able to create the environment, the infrastructure, I went to Azure. From Azure, I was able to get to one stop shop, which is Azure AI Foundry. And from the AI Foundry, I want to create a project, or I eventually create a grouping of all the projects in one, which is the Azure container that can help me to create a elaborate connectivity among all my projects, and that is the hub environment. So once you click on the hub, it takes you into the hub, and as usual, Microsoft has a template for you, and that makes the work easy. Now on the template, you must first define your subscription. You must, that the one I mentioned, the magic word. You must have subscription to be able to have access to the resources. Then you must have a user, a resource group where you are going to put all those resources in one. Then the region will be stated here, but there is a particular link that gives you all the region per how AI resources is being is being, where those resources are in all those. I usually use East US because I know most of the resources in AI are there. So I have to give it a name. I'll just give it a name for now. Then I create the resource which is already connected. It helped me to connect to the AI service because it's a one stop. Now, if I go to the other one, it helped me to create a storage for it. Then it also helped me to look at how my communication will be, whether I'm communicating via the public um, arena or I'm streamlining into certain network, which I want to be very intentional in my communication, maybe because of security. Then for those outbound access, people that can have access to it also, it can either be public, can be streamlined, and it can also be per approval. Then I can encrypt the data, I can define who have access to what, and I can also tag it because of my metadata and the rest. Once I'm through with that, I create the hub. I will not do that. I'll just go back to the one I've created before. I have two hubs here that was created. This is one hub, my play. Then I'll go to the one with my name here. I go to the hub. Now, from the hub, after creation, it gives you an overview of where you are, your resource group, where the locations, your subscription. Then for me now, I need to start work because I want to create an app. I'll launch my Azure AI Foundry. Now, in launching an Azure AI Foundry, it takes you to another environment generally where you have the AI Foundry, and it first of all gives you a summary of the environment, what the environment look like in terms of how many projects you have, how many are compressed into a container called up. And you can see for me here, just as you have seen the Azure portal, I have two projects, two ops that is running. One, my play project, and the one is the one I chose earlier. Now I click on it, and before we click on it, you notice that there are a lot of things that are outlined there, which include the processes, all the other services that are running on Azure Microsoft Foundry. So we allow it to load. Once it loads, it's give us everything within the Foundry, um, what you have, what is running, um, the connecting keys that's required to create application and to be able. And you can see it's categorized into four major aspects. One, in terms of knowing what you have, in terms of choosing the model, in terms of the catalog, you want the different model, and it keep increasing over time. At the last count is about the 9,000 model that has been created and uploaded into Foundry. Then the playground is where you test whatever you are deploying, and you can see all services. The other side is the build and customize. This is where you can use template, you can fine tune it for specific in terms of your token Sorry, took me out again. I don't know whether it's the internet or whether it's the platform. It's still loading though. So we allow it to load. Um, it's loading the setting. So why is loading? um, there are some things we need to do before that. That means from the data sense. Now, Tubosun has been able to send me some datas. Um, Actually, it was working on the fabric. Now, this is the fabric area. Now, this is our inventory generally. While we wait for that to load, the inventory shows what we have across the company. Now, this is the Azure environment. However, it also helped me um, to create it in Excel, and I'll just show the files that we have that is on the Fabric currently. We have a lot of files that are there that you can see. These are products across the locations, the product ID, and the quantity we have across each of the location, and we have it from Kano down to Lagos. So this is the Fabric environment. And what we want to do is to create an application that any of the staff, especially people working from the procurement and also from the sales, they want to be able to know how many of these items we have in store, how many of them can they supply, and these are things that are want to be measured because of our intern. Okay, thank God is back. So I'll just show you now. After you have done that, this is the overview. I can go. I've already choose the model I want. Let me just go to my agent, and I have my time is up. I need to just round up. I'll just do some prompting so that we can have this, and it's still taking time. So one of the prompts I want to ask here is now from I have it here. I want to have two questions I want to ask my agent to give me, especially when there is a call for me to sell and I need to know what I have in my inventory. The first thing I need to ask is how many units of product I have in stock across Nigeria, and I want it to be virtual, to visualize it for me, just like you have in Power BI. So once I have that, so let me go um, to my um, my agent. I can create a new one. I'll just use the one that I have before. This is my agent. Then you can see here under my agent, I've created the name, and the name is COVID-2 Inventory App. I have this deployment that I'm using. Now, this is the knowledge. Knowledge can be a file. We can add it as a file. You can add it as Fabric. You can put a search on it, and you can also ground with Bing search if you want it there. So I can as well put all this there. So once I am there, I've already connected to my Fabric. Now this is the connection string. If I open it, it shows me how it's being connected with Fabric. Now I just the same way I show the Fabric environment, I've already connected it with the project ID and the workspace ID. Now let's go back to our agent, connected resources. Um, let's go to okay, these are the age. So let's go back to the agent and quickly do one or two field um, two of these to make it. Let's just do one of the tests. So I try the playground. So I said I'm going to ask my inventory app some question which I've just created. Now I want to know how many of the unit of product we have in stock. So and I want to can you list them by location. So once it's connected, it's still loading, it's taking time, and I think my time is up. Loading, a lot of network issue here. Actually, I'm through. It's just to test one of to talk to my agent to see whether he can give me some answers in terms of knowing how many, because it's going to help me to show distribution of my stock across Nigeria in Lagos, how many of the scan disc or Samsung item I have. So it helped me to make quick decision, especially when it comes to who wants to buy, where they are buying for. I can easily ship those products to them. So the inventory app will help me to solve the issue of knowing what I have at the speed of time. And that can make it very easy for me to make quick decision to restock or to see those products that are on the stock. I'm really having connection issue here. Okay, deploy the model. Okay, let's see whether it's off. I'm really having issue with connection. Tell me when my time. Just tell me when I should just boot out. So
Yeah, we're actually waiting for you to finish up because Steven is on ground to come up now.
okay, I'm almost done. I think I have my knowledge base is off. I'm in the wrong area. So let me go back. Sorry. Just one question. The agent. Oh gosh. Steven can come up while I'm just doing my demo. So you can just be shooting his okay, he's back now. You can see my fabric connected.
Oh,
So I would just try to play around the app, play around the app. It's going to connect to my application, and also the model is going to go into fabric. Now, the advantage here is that with my connection with Fabric, it's easy for me to ask questions and to get results. So I ask the question, how many units of product I have? I just pray my internet is okay. Now, it's going to do two things. There is what we call the code interpreter. Now, code interpreter will be able to help you to streamline it into pictorial view. Now, I have it now. This is what I have in my inventory. We have five major items that I have across. So how many units of product I have in stock? Now, let me ask him, can he list it? Can can you list it per location? Oh, it answers us. Okay. So it's locating it. Now, I think there is something wrong with the data. It's supposed to show Lagos as you saw in Fabric. Maybe the connectivity is there. So let's say um, give it, put it, put put it in a bar chart for me to see the locations in the bar. Put it in a bar chart. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, the English is wrong. The prompt is wrong. Put it in a bar chart. I think it might not be able to give me that. Okay, it did. So you can see I have each of the products and the location where it is. I can as well tell you put it in a pie chart within a pie chart. So it's now this what my inventory agent is doing for me is to give me one shot to be able to answer question, query those questions, and ensure that this my you can I can easily make decision. I have 30% of probably one of the products across each location, which is location 6, 30%, location 13. You can see across each of these locations. However, because of my time, I'm going to stop here because I need to ground it properly to give us the best output with it. Thank you for having me, and I'll just hand over to you, Aisha.
Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful experience and it's been value packed as well. Because of time, we're going to move straight up to Stephen, who has been waiting for a while now. So, Stephen, please, you have the floor. Please, let's move on. Thank you very much for coming. Looks like your mic is muted. We can't hear you. Please try and unmute your mic. We can't. I'm not getting any audio from you, Stephen.
All right. Good evening. Can you hear me now?
Definitely. Thank you. Definitely.
All right. Like we were talking about enhancing modern workflow using Microsoft Copilot. The earlier speakers that has come up has been able to define agentic AI and has also helped us to understand that Microsoft is at the forefront of this technological innovation in transforming business workflow to enhance productivity using AI, which is at this time a necessary tools as opposed to luxury. Okay, so I will not be wasting much time with the definition because the previous speakers has actually been able to do justice to that. So I'm just going to go straight to the slide. All right. So I believe I've introduced myself earlier on and we'll be talking briefly on this. So currently, what are the challenges that the current workflow have been facing? Now, part of the challenges, just like Sheyi said, he said information silos. You know, data are key. They are very important ingredients used in every organizations. All right. So if the data are located in in a central location and the information can actually be cleaned, then we can have a seamless processing. But in the current infrastructure or business workflow, the 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 information has been here and there. So information silos has actually hindered a lot of workflows and manual processing as well, reduce what efficiency. Now it's also time consuming because with AI agent, you can automate most of your tasks. So instead of going through a repetitive actions, you can allow the agent to perform most of these actions for you. Then collaboration, we are looking at the tools for communications and interaction. This in our current situations, we have organizations that allow their employees to work from different locations. So how do they now collaborate and harness? You know, the modern work tools actually help us with that, but in the current tools, we do not have such. And decision making has actually been a challenge in that regards too. Now, Microsoft M365 is a platform that Microsoft is using uh, to to push the transformation, the technological transformation with other tools like Azure Foundries that we just saw some of the powerful way, it's able to create a agentic AI that you can use to collect informations and data, like Mr. Shei was trying to show earlier on. So I think the next is for me to go to the demo, how we can use a Microsoft Copilot Studio to create agentic AI. And by the way, by the time we get to that spot, we are going to talk more of why do we need Copilot. All right. So at this time, I'll be going briefly to a demo, and on that demo, we'll be using Copilot Studio. This Copilot Studio is built under Microsoft Copilot M365. I mean, Microsoft M365. So M365 allow you to harness all your applications in your organization. So if you can see me, if you can see my screen, just say hello, someone out there, before I proceed. Can you see my screen? Hello?
We can see your screen.
Sorry, am
Okay,
I
now we can
sharing my
see.
screen?
We can see your screen now.
All
Yes,
right,
you are.
I
You are
think
sharing your
it's
screen now.
network. All right. Now this is Microsoft 365. This is also a platform that Microsoft has allowed organizations that already have their data located in SharePoint, SharePoint servers, and Teams, emails, and the rest of it. So without having to stress any of the developers, your developers, to go out there to start fetching those data, because you already have those data residing in your organizational tools, you can actually use this Copilot Studio to create agents that can work with those data. So this is one of the key reasons why you might want to choose a Microsoft 365 Copilot Studio as opposed to Azure Foundry or Azure Portal. But like I said, without wasting time, because of the further ado, without wasting much time, on your left hand side, you see Copilot, chat with Copilot. And if you move to the right hand where my pointer is, you see where you can create a new agent or get agents. If you have existing agents, you can get an agent. But at this point, I want to show us the power of M365 Copilot Studio. So we are going to create an agent with a low code, no code approach. Okay. So at this point, I have option of using description to create the agent or configurations, but I will be sticking with description, as easy as that. So what are we going to be creating in this demo? We want to create an ordering system whereby a customer can call in and place an order. This agentic AI will ask the customer all the necessary questions that it requires uh, uh, to be able to make decisions as regarding what kind of order or what kind of meal they'll be creating. So this agent is going to be creating, I'm going to be creating this agent for a restaurant. So we'll create this together with a prompt, like I said. So I already have a prompt that I created using a Copilot Studio. I mean, Copilot, Microsoft Copilot. I gave Copilot this option, and the prompt is this: can you build me a Microsoft adaptive care for my catering shop? You know, the first question is to ask what type of meal the customer wants, and list all the available options from the below list. What kind of list we are looking at? Breakfast, we are looking at brunch, lunch, dinner, dessert, etc. So this prompt, I already told Copilot Studio that this is what I want it to do, and I need this kind of meal on the menu as well. So by giving it this prompt, we wait for it to send, and then harness and give us a response. If the network is as fast as just clicking and attending to you. So Copilot Studio does not actually waste time, except the network, the kind of network you are using. So right now, it says yes, the response Copilot Studio gave is this. The agent that we are creating is what creating catering assistant is now set up to assist customer in selecting meals and determine their delivery preference. Okay, is this what you want? Then I say yes, this is exactly what I want, and I say go ahead. So what next? It starts creating the link. I mean, the agent for me at the background. It says here that here are some few suggestions for publicly accessible data. Well, I'm going to allow this because I've not connected my organizational data yet. At this point, I might decide to say no, or I'll just continue with this, and we'll have an option to be able to change this knowledge base later on. So I said yes, go ahead. Would you like to add any of this, or do you have other specific source in mind? I said yes, I do, but for now I'm okay with this. He said unfortunately I can only have 4 websites. Is now set to create. Okay, I think with this we can just go ahead and say create. The other knowledge base and how you want to customize it to reflect your particular organization will be done later on. We were unable to create this agent due to an error. Try again. All right, what could that error be? It says here that unfortunately I can only have 4 websites knowledge. Okay, here are 4 suggestions for publicly accessible. We have 5 here. Would you like to add any of this? Add number 1 only. Let's see. Add number 1 only. All right. Your agent catering now includes national restaurants. Okay, you can try out the agent in separate chat. All right. So here I can say order please. Now we are going to try this already without connecting it to my organizational information, just with the little prompt that I gave to it and a generic information from the public space. It's able to give me this response. Hello, Stephen. This is a new agent. Could you please let me know what type of meal you would like to order here? Here are the available options. Okay. Now, if I said I want a dessert, I want lunch. All right. What did it say? All right, it's a great choice, Stephen. For your lunch, we have a variety of delicious options here, and some of the categories you can choose from: main course, sides, drink, dessert. And so what? Now this information it gets is from what? The publicly available repository. But at this time, I have my knowledge base that I want this agent to work with. So what do? I go to create. Let's see it create. Then I can now change the knowledge and also customize it in such a way that it can. We were unable to create this agent due to an error. Try again later. Again. This is network error for sure. By the way, here are areas you can customize this. Now, the logo, if I have a company's logo, I can actually come here and edit the company's logo with my, as in edit this logo with the company's logo. But right now, I'm going to stick to this agent, this logo, and the description. An agent designed to assist customer in selecting a menu from catering. All right. Now, this is the instruction we gave to the agent, and this instruction was created with the simple prompt that we gave to it earlier on when I asked it to create an agent. So it says what? The agent should ask the customer what type of meal they want. The agent should then ask if the customer prefer to dine in or home delivery, and if there is any of these are the instructions that is already given to it. Now, we have a knowledge base that we want to use, but we don't want to use this publicly available info, the one we got here. So I'm going to turn this off. Are you sure you want to remove your website? Yes, I want to remove this website. Then I have several options on how to add to my knowledge base. All right. Now, I think there is a big change. Just for public disclaimer, Microsoft Copilot is on a beta, and they are constantly changing the interface from time to time. Right now, on this knowledge base, there are several options that you can actually add a knowledge base to your agent, like from a website. If you have a website, from a SharePoint site, or your a I mean a data that is stored on your system. So I'm beginning to see here that the only option we have is to a website. So I do not have a website right now that I want to connect to this, but we might end up sticking with the public website. But like I said, if you have your domain website, your domain address, this is where you can put your URL, and then it will connect to that data. And by often switching off, tugging this button off, you are disconnecting it from the website search. So it's not going to be giving you a generic prompt or responses when it comes. Now, I want to show us something quickly before we move ahead. It says here, the welcome greeting. It says, "Hello, Steven. This is a new agent. Could you please let me know what you want?" This information, this starting prompt, is what can be edited from this angle. We can meal selection. What type of meal do you want? These are messages that you can say. You can change this to say at, if you have a particular prompt that is peculiar to your organization, you can actually edit those messages here. Trying to delete this, the network. All right. This actually is not a bad message. What type of meal would you like? Like, it asks me here. Great choice. Here, for lunch, we have a variety of delicious options. Here are some of the categories you can choose from. Then it says, would you like to dine in or have a meal? This prompt, if you want to change them, these are where you can change them from starter prompt, and you can add more uh, address, add more. Oops. What would you likeness? All right. Questions like, what will you likeness? You can say, uh, please, we have your, all right. I think there is an issue with network. Is still loading actually. That's why it has not really allowed me to go ahead with adding prompts, which is more like a message prompt. All right. So after all this is done, you can then deploy agents. This is network error for sure. Let me try to reboot it once more. It's so sad that on this part of the world, Nigeria precisely, the network is actually very challenging sometimes when you need it to work. All right. So this is the little way that you can create agents using Copilot Studio. Very easy. Not using code. You are not using high level instructions, but simple, natural human language. You can give a prompt to Copilot Studio and tell it exactly what it wants, what you want with to create, and it help you create, and you are able to deploy it. But because of network challenge, the studio has not been loading. It's been giving error savings, saving this agent, etc. So if you have any question at this point, please kindly go ahead and start asking your question.
Thank you very much, Stephen, for that demo. I think the network is kind of been kind of challenging tonight, and I hope that maybe in the next session we have a better experience. Thank you for sharing with us in your wealth of your knowledge.
You're welcome, Aisha.
Um, yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask them, drop them in the chat. We'll address them very much later. And right now, we'll be going to Mr. Olawale Olajide. Stephen has taught us how to create low code or even no code applications in the form of agents or assistants that can help us to streamline our work and then enhance our productivity at work. So Mr. Olawale Olajide will be talking about demystifying AI transformation. So he's a certified multi-cloud subject matter expert. So he'll be talking about demystifying more AI transformation. So if Mr. Lawale is here, please try and join us. The floor is yours. And while I am okay, Mr. Luashe said his agent is actually working now. If I don't know if Mr. Lawale is here, if he's while we wait for him, Mr. Oluwase, do you want to show us what your agent is doing?
Generally are experiencing some connectivity issue, but now I've been able to ground it properly. Now, this is my agent now. The question I asked earlier is for it to be able to how many units of the product I have in stock, be able to list all the units of product I have in stock. You can see it from Lagos, Ibadan, Kano, Oshun, Abia, and Rivers. And it has also given me a description of each of the units. I have 106 of starting of the unit um, of the product against, and he also told me other location like Ogun and Delta have inventory listed with varying units. I can as well tell it to visualize it. Now, in visualizing it, I said now I want to be specific. Visualize only one of the item in my store, which is the Western Digital. If you have used Western Digital, there are items for storage with an hardware. So I told him, help me to visualize it and help me to keep in tab how many of Western Digital I have across Nigeria. So he was able to give me all the units of my Western Digital in details. The one I have in Lagos, the type I have in Lagos, you can see the color it is. The one I have, I have two types in Lagos. I have the one that is green. I have the one that is blue. I have some of Western Digital also in Ibadan. And you can see Ibadan, I have it in black and blue. I have it in Kano, I have in Osun State. However, I might want to see this thing in more clearer picture by visualizing it into graphics, just like we have in Power BI. And this is what I wanted to achieve earlier. It told me the total number of Western Digital I have across Nigeria. I have the total number of stock I have, and you can see it by division of the state. In Lagos, I have more of the stock of Western Digital in Lagos, about 40. I have in Ibadan, I have over 18 of that stock, and in Kano, I have less than 18, and I have in Oshun, which is also above Kano. So with this kind of application, I'll be able to know without even visiting all my location, what I have across Nigeria. And that can help me as a manager, as a leader, to be able to take decision on what and what I need to carry out in order to increase my stock, especially when there is a need for um, a potential call out by my from the sales unit for a particular product. So that is what I wanted to achieve earlier. And I, Aisha, can I is Wale around? Can Wale just take over? I don't think Aisha is okay.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
If Olawale is around, please take the mic and let's hear from you. Thank you very much, Mr. Shea, for this
Yeah.
demonstration. I think it gives us more insights as to how we can create how prompts help in shaping the behavior of our agents. Thank you very much. So, okay, Mr. Lawale is here. Thank you very much. He will be talking about demystifying AI transformation. You have the floor now, sir. I have before. I think I have earlier done an introduction of you before now, so you can take the floor because of time. Thank you for joining.
Hi everyone. Good evening. It's my pleasure to be here speaking with you tonight. audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
And I
hear
hope
you
my
and we can also see your screen. Thank you.
all right, good. So I'll talk a bit about demystifying. We'll look at the impact of AI transformation as well, about the challenges. Yeah, so one of the biggest problems we have with artificial intelligence is the fact that often crystallize the need evolution of AI, right? And as does, it's always eats the nail on either trying to operate AI into its overall, or uh, individuals who are trying to build AI-based solutions, and then not capturing the thought of our customers and what they need, and that solution can actually. I'll try to look at how you know a evolution of internet, in um, right. So, if you industrial revolution, one of the things that did is that of world economics forever, and through layers of changes that have happened over time, and as, as a race, I mean the human race, in our ever evolving needs, and how we met our needs and surpassed, over the years, right? If you look at the first to the fourth industrial revolution, right, that was the first mechanism, right, where you have the water and steam factoring facilities. Then to the second one, which is the electricity era, right? We then have uh, every or especially how. Then if you look at the third industrial, there was now the advent of electronics, and then usage of manufacturing, right? Then we then move to the fourth one, which is where you then have the internet, BYOD, you have devices and whatnot. Then shortly after that era, right, we moved into um, Internet of Things, where everything is connected with everything. And I'm trying to chronologically explain how that everything that has been said, and demonstrated is very important and key to the advancement of our businesses, right? Because a number of people, did not take all these revolutions and innovations seriously. And because they didn't take it seriously, they lost out in terms of business, they lost out in terms of um, their gain competitive advantage, even market leadership and whatnot, right? Then we got to a point where digital transformation is what we needed to take the next leap, right? um, in terms of mixing business and technology skills, building digital culture, growth mindset, and what have you. And there was this interface, right, of human and technology, which actually bettered new ways of engaging customers, and also product and services were transformed because of digital transformation, right? Now, these were the outcomes of digital transformation. There were smarter tools, and streamlined processes. There were intelligent and data-driven decisions that are being made, right? And of course, there was the customer experiences. Customers began to have new experiences. Those who offer product and services were engaging customers in a new and diverse way, right? However, technology keeps moving along the chain, right? And now we're here in the AI era. Now, artificial intelligence or AI transformation is going to be the determining factor for businesses that survive or that fail, right, in the next couple of years. And I'll explain why. Now, some organizations have not leveraged the digital transformation playbook enough, not to now talk of leveraging AI. AI is not, like you've heard over and over again, it's not just a buzzword, it's not just what is built on nothing, right? AI is built on something, it's built on data, it's built on existing infrastructure, it's built on digital estate that have been built over the years, right? And when you layer AI on top of that, it becomes something of worth to you as an organization, right? So if you don't already leverage some of the DT innovations, right, you may need to first redesign, reimagine your business, then infuse AI into that. So AI is layered on top of digital transformation. Satya Nadella said many years ago that every business is a digital business, right? Meaning that you must digitalize and digitize your process, your systems. So AI transformation helps us not to just have a digital automated systems, but to make us more intelligent, to make our systems more intelligent, more accurate, and efficient in a faster way, right? Of course, if I ask somebody 2 times 2, you'll probably be able to tell me 4, right? And if I ask you maybe 1,000 times 5,000, you can tell me the answer is 500,000, or whatever. But as the calculations become more complex, you need more time to process. All right. Now, AI is not taking away your brain power. AI is just helping you do things faster. It is supposed to help you, run more efficiently and run more in a faster way. All right. And as Inch said, he said everything, the dynamics of how we live as human beings and how we learning that goes into it. Now let's look at the AI stacks, right? In the scheme of AI evolution, there are many things that uh, that aids many AI infused applications we now see. So we have semiconductors like Intel, like we have what called the first. These semiconductors are used in building servers that consumed by cloud providers. And we are talking about Azure. And on cloud infrastructure, there's a foundation model that is used in the Microsoft. At the application layer, that's where you then 365 Copilot, your Copilot Studio, you have Security Copilot, and whatnot. And every other AI application that you can think about, right? They are built on top of semiconductors, cloud infrastructures, and models that then make uh, applications possible. So let's say transformation in business. There are common drivers of AI transformation. And first is the fact that there's improved algorithm and computer power that is making AI more possible. And being the second layer, right? Made available across digital estates, but it also increases the fast, intelligent actions, then customer expectations. And this is the most important part of things, right? Customers' expectations are rising. There are needs that are cropping up, and you find out that demand for personalized and real-time experiences are increasing on the daily basis, on the side of the customer. Okay. So if you look at what AI transformation really brings on board, right? It brings automation and efficiency improvement. Okay. So it helps you streamline routine tasks. You saw how that there was a demo on Copilot Studio, right? And how that agents are used here and there to help solve AI and human resources, right? In the technologies allow companies to reallocate human resources to more strategic roles, optimizing workforce efficiency and effective.
Hello, Mr. Lawale. We're not getting you anymore. We're not getting any sound, and your video is frozen. I hope you get it sorted out. Um, this connectivity issue is kind of affecting everyone. I hope you're able to get that issue sorted out and join us as soon as possible. I'm not sure if Panshak is around. I'm not sure if he was able to get back into the studio. But if you are around, please, I want you to get ready to just give us a few minutes, because our time is fast spent. So, Panshak, please, if you're around, please try and be getting ready while we wait for Mr. Olawale to reconnect with us in the studio. Thank you very much, everyone. It's been a wonderful, value packed experience with our lineup of experts in the various technological fields, spanning across cloud, data, across productivity applications, um, AI, and the rest. So, the whole point of the issue is we're talking about AI. um, we know it's been around for a long time now, but technological advancements is now bringing it up to the limelight for us to use and leverage upon in enhancing the productivity of our personal and professional workspaces. So while we are waiting, let's look at questions. Do we have any questions waiting for us from the audience? Um, do we have any questions? Okay, okay, we don't have any questions yet. So, but if you have any questions, please try and throw them into the chat. Okay, Panshat is saying that he needs more clarification about the question. I mean, okay, no, that's not Panshat. That's Josiah, right? Oh, sorry about that. That's Josiah. Well, he asked a question earlier about the difference between a smart data and algorithm. So and Tosin, right? Tosin tried to give him an explanation and he now needs more clarification. So if Tosin is around, please could you help throw more light, give more probably a deeper insight into what the smart data is and what an algorithm is. Thank you very much. If you're around, Tosin, I would like you to come please give us more clarification on both concepts, smart data and algorithm. Tosin, please. Is Tosin here? Okay. All right. I don't know. The network issue is kind of. But then it's been good all the way anyway. Okay. If there are any questions, we can go ahead and ask. Um, I don't think Panshak was able to join anymore. And then if Mr. Steven is around, right? If you're around, please. I have a question that I put down. Okay, okay. I don't think the question is for. I have a question that I put down concerning using Copilot Studio. Hello, Mr. Steven. Okay, I think it's a general question. It's not just about Mr. Steven. Mr. Shea, you can actually answer that question too. So, okay, we're talking about AI and how we can use it to improve um, our lives actually, because that's what technology is all about, solving problems. So how can we? So okay, we've been having this issue. Everyone has encountered that issue about network connectivity and so on and so forth. But I'm really concerned about network connectivity. Is there a way we can have use AI to solve problems that has to do with network connectivity? Is there a way we can actually probably have an
Yes.
agent or an AI solution that helps us tackle this general problem that we're having in Africa, especially here in Nigeria?
um, Aisha, that's a big one, and it goes. It's both yes and no. As a matter of fact, when it comes to network, we should think of how to stabilize the network, and this is a government thing. I and you might not be able to solve this issue. Government and telecommunication should be able to stabilize it, because we can take a look at the cases of network with other advanced or developed countries. They are not always like this. So how do we go about developing our own network, so that this technology we are selling right now can be well implemented or can be well taken advantage of. Now, AI is a cloud technology. Cloud technology is where we are right now. We have moved past the era of on-prem to cloud. So basically, most of these services and servers that you need to run this AI uh, services are on the cloud, because it is very expensive to actually own this infrastructure. Now, that might lead us to talking about the necessary infrastructure that is required to build a seamless artificial intelligence. So, because um, of the pricing and cost, like Open I think they use over $20 billion to run their model, and also this other Chinese company, DeepSeek, they came up with 10 million, I mean, $1 million dollars. How many people actually have this amount of money to be able to run this locally? Is it that we can't run it locally? We can run it locally. But at this time, we are talking about infrastructure, I mean, cloud technology, which it's now like um, service, solution as a service, or infrastructure as a service, or what have you. So basically, yes, it's possible we can run an on-prem AI infrastructure, but then it is very cost effective. So to mitigate that particular cost implication, that is where we can take advantage of the cloud. Okay, I'm sure Mr. Shi
Thank you
has
very
something to
much.
say to that.
Okay, please. I would love to hear from him as well.
Yeah. Well, my contribution to it is that although we have the major setback in terms of having a very adequate infrastructure within um, our environment, but from Microsoft's standpoint, Microsoft is under Foundry, especially for AI development. There is what we call Azure AI Foundry Local. Now, the essence of the Foundry Local is to develop a localized um, area environment to implement um, Azure AI solution. Now, and the services and the agent and the rest. So you need to just to deploy within your environment. You don't need to have it over the internet, like we have the Azure Foundry, like I was trying to display, and I'm having several hiccup when it comes to connectivity. The Foundry will be local to your system. You can build it up. You can run it on a code base within your infrastructure, and that is just like your former on-prem. That can help to solve a lot of infrastructure problems that we are facing now. So I think with that innovation coming in, it might reduce a lot of bottleneck that we're having with internet connection for AI development.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
thank you very
yeah,
much. Mm. Yes, now that you actually mentioned local, I actually got to know that we can run our AI models locally on our physical laptops and
yeah,
on our physical
yes,
systems, and such that they don't have to connect to the internet. But then there's also we also know that uh, AI is trained on large volumes of data. AI is
yes,
trained on large volumes in variety, in quality, and the rest. So I'm looking at the situation where AI was models that were used to create ChatGPT, Copilot, and the rest. Is not used very large volumes, and then by the time this DeepSeek came around, DeepSeek was able to build their own solution on pre-existing models that we already have on ground. Okay, if people bringing about AI solutions are able to use pre-existing models, pre-existing AI solutions, are able to build their new solutions on the pre-existing solution, I think they'll be consuming less data, they'll be consuming less cloud spaces, they'll be consuming generally lesser infrastructural costs in on the cloud and on premises as well. So I think we are far gone right now. I would have actually loved to have Mr. Olawale complete his session talking about demystifying AI transformation, because that is all that we are talking about right now. How AI is transforming our lives and our work habits and the rest. So but then internet connectivity issues have not allowed him to go on. So in the absence of no questions right now, I think I want to go to my slides. I want to go back to my slides and move on to the next. agenda. Actually, I don't know. I've not seen Panshat around as well. It's kind of really painful. But then we can move on from here. Can move on from here. I think we are at a point where summary and key takeaways. So, Mr. Shea, would you like to do the summary and key takeaways for us here, or you want me to take care of that?
You can take care of that. Yeah.
Okay, here we are now. Key summary and summary and key takeaways from Sosin Ojo's session. We learned that data is the bedrock of AI, is the fuel for AI, and that AI learns from patterns in data using context and sequences. So he also gave us a fun fact about how the word AI was first mentioned in 1958 at the first AI conference, and how our AI can only be as smart as the data that we train it on. So he talked about natural language processing as well, and LLMs and SLMs as well. So that was a very wonderful presentation from Tosin. And we had Panshak came on, but then we couldn't get Panshak to do anything before Mr. Sheikh came around, and he was able to create an agent using the AI Foundry, an inventory agent. That was a demo, a nice demo that we went through there. So that actually exposed us to larger capacity or capabilities of the AI Foundry in creating low code agents that help streamline our workflows, that help reduce our workloads, actually make our lives easier. And we saw how it played out, how the quality of prompts actually determined the outputs that the agent was able to come up with. Then we've had Steven using the M365 Copilot, the Copilot Studio, to create an agent actually as well that we can use within our M365 environment to streamline workflows, boost our productivity, and reduce our work so that we can focus on more important things. We have learned that agents, what are agents? Agents are what is AI that acts on its own without with little or no human interference. So we can use AI to create a sales agent, to create chatbots, to create time management agents, and the rest. So it's a whole lot of experience and value here at the season of AI agents, organized by the MCTNAIJA Tech User Groups. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Let me move to the next slide. So this is our registration link for this event, and yeah, for this event, actually, I have it on here, and we move to the survey. This is the attendee survey for all attendees. You can scan this QR code in order to drop a feedback about how much value, how we were able to get value, or how this session has impacted you. Thank you very much. You can also use the link aka.ms/attendee survey season of AI in order to drop some feedback for us. So we move on. We are coming to the end of the session. It's been actually wonderful. I want to thank everyone, the speakers, and on how they were able to deliver so much value within a very short time to us, despite all the challenges with internet that we had that wanted to slow us down, but then we were able to actually still pull through. So I hope that in the nearest future we can have a team of engineers, of AI experts come together and find a lasting solution to the internet connectivity issues using AI, considering the fact that we are now in the digital transformation age. So, and then there can never be digital transformation without internet. That is the problem. No digital transformation without power and internet. So those are the two major factors that's posed a challenge to us here in the in this part of the world. So I want to thank everyone for coming. Aside from the speakers who have shared in their wealth of knowledge with us, I also want to thank the attendees for making out time to join us tonight. Thank you very much for coming. It's been a pleasure having you around. Yes, we have come to the end of the session. I wish you a very wonderful night and then a very wonderful weekend to come. Thank you very much and have an amazing experience. Bye.